Just because a man lacks sight, it doesn't mean he lacks vision. Stevie Wonder.
I'm Julie.
I'm Elizabeth.
I'm Morgan.
I'm Stephanie, and this is Blind JEMS.
Hi, ladies. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
I'm so excited that my little slice of home, Alexandra, is with us today. Good morning, Alexandra. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Do you want to share with us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah. I'm over here in England. My name's Alexandra. Do you want to hear about my sight loss journey?
Yes, please.
Well, when I was in infant school, 5 or 6, that you had an eye test. The school nurse came out and they could see that I couldn't see like the other children. So they referred me to the school optician. He said nothing wrong. So my mum took me to our doctor. They referred me to like the eye hospital, and they diagnosed me with retinitis pigmentosa. And every year I would go to the eye infirmary. But your night vision sort of goes first. But I didn't really notice any difference until later 20s when I couldn't read print at work and things like that. And then throughout my work life, as my sight deteriorated, they got in assistive technology, CCTV, computer screen readers and things like that. So I was supported all the way through my working life. And now possibly I've got just a little bit of light perception, but it is what it is. So
It is what it is, yeah. And welcome to the club. There are so many of us. I just speak in Tulsa, right? Yeah. It's quite surprising, yeah. So I think that's amazing when you have a job and then you start facing barriers like that, and the company you work for goes above and beyond to make sure that you can continue to do your work. And that was something else, but you worked for the government, correct?
I did. I worked for local government doing housing allocations, public sector housing. And because it's like a local government organisation, there is a legal obligation to support you. Mm-hmm. And they were, very good, mm-hmm. And I 2019 and now I'm full-time at home, so.
Yeah. You've always been very hungry for technology though, right? Like, when did you get your first iPhone?
The Christmas of 2011. And we went over to the store, the Apple store, and got it in person. And then the same time we got a thing called Guide, which was a screen reader you could have on a laptop. But because the iPhone, you could do everything on the iPhone, that was a bit of a waste of money. I think that's obsolete now. So I was just being 100% iPhone since then, So
yeah. The iPhone is a game changer, isn't it, Alexandra?
Oh, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
It was like, wow, I could do so many things with it.
Yeah. I understand that Android has come a long way, but, I know so much about the iPhone, I would never change, So.
I think it's what you get used to, isn't it? And there's two definite, distinct camps when it comes to Android and iOS. We're either in one or the other, and it's quite amusing to me when I hear the conversations that go back and forth. It's like, okay, guys, they're not paying you. Calm down, relax.
Were you considering Android, Morgan, right?
I've actually already switched over. I have the Pixel 9 Pro XL right now.
Wow. And are you liking it?
How do you like it? Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I find the scrolling is a lot smoother. And I think just because when I learned voiceover, I learned by myself and I kind of half did it.
Yeah.
I find the voiceover just seems harder to me because I still don't know all the commands, but I'm learning from the ground up with TalkBack, and I'm learning full on, taking my time. So I think that's why I find it easier.
Mm-hmm.
I think over the years, we've all spent lots of pounds on things that we didn't use, and they're gathering dust in a drawer somewhere. I think Elizabeth said that once.
I did
That's
with the Orcam.
Yeah. They're just gathering dust.
Yes.
But speaking of the Orcam, Alexandra, you bought the Meta AI glasses, the Ray-Ban glasses, correct?
I did, yes.
Oh, I'm so envious. So tell us, are you happy with them?
Yes. I first sort of heard about them on Applevis, the website, which has now reopened under Be My Eyes. And I was looking at the thread, and in North America and Australia, you had though you could get them in the UK, we didn't have the artificial intelligence facility in the UK that would describe a photograph and various things. So people were saying that if you live in the UK, you get a VPN and then download that, put your phone as though it's on in the United States, and then open up the Meta View app again, and you could get the artificial intelligence mode on the glasses over here. So we did that. And fortunately, my husband is an IT, used to work in IT. So, we got them set up quite quickly. And fortunately, I could go and see them in person at the Sunglasses Hut. There was, we've got like an outlet about 10 miles away from here. So I went and got them in person and tried them on. And in Double Tap Canada, they said the Skylar was more suitable for women. So I got those, and we got them all set up. And then my friend went and got them, and we're delighted with them. Absolutely delighted. I'll just do you want me to go over what they can do?
Oh, yeah, please.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes.
So they just look like a normal pair of sunglasses. The arms are slightly thicker. You can get them in different designs, and I'm sure people can look at that on the internet themselves. To be fair, I did look in the UK, Sunglasses Hut. The USA is Target and Sunglasses Hut. And in Canada, is there a shop called Best Buy?
Yes.
Yeah, well, you can look at them there as well. Yeah. And so I got them, and you can take videos with them, which I haven't done, or you can take a photograph with them. You can make calls normally and on WhatsApp, send messages on WhatsApp, and use Messenger, have Messenger calls, that's on Facebook. And the latest update is where you can post a photograph directly to your timeline on Facebook. So that's a recent update. And the thing that's got the visually impaired community talking is the AI facility where you can say, hey, Meta, look and describe what's ahead. And it will give you a sort of description what's ahead of you. And you can go and ask it questions. But as the technology develops, and there is a dedicated Facebook group to blind users of the glasses, they give you better things to say, like, hey, Meta, look and describe in great depth what is ahead of me, and things like that. And I do think, though, that I think they start at £299 in the UK, the same in dollars in the US, but I think they're slightly cheaper in Canada. But as again, people can investigate that. And you've got to manage your expectations of the glasses, because they are a mainstream product, not like the Envision glasses or Orcam, and they can go into a couple of £1,000 or the equivalent, the US equivalent or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you have to manage your expectations, because you can't read a book with them, or you can't read the whole letter. You can just ask it to summarize. So if you're, just on the go, pick up your post, open the post, it'll give you a bit of an idea, excuse me, what the letter's about. And you can read it properly on your phone later, but it'll just give you a summary of what the letter is about or whatever. And what I like is in a restaurant, you say you're a vegetarian or you think, I just want a chicken dish this evening. You can say, hey, Meta, look and find the chicken dishes main course or something like that. And it'll read out 3 or 4 chicken dishes for you. It won't read the whole menu, but if you sort of know what you want beforehand, that's quite useful.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we were in the local supermarket, Sainsbury's, the other day, when my husband went off to do the shopping, I just was looking at all the clothes. And, if I like the feel of a cardigan or something like that, instead of getting tap, tap, see out, I could just say, hey, Meta, look and describe in detail the colour of this top or something like that. So that was
wow.
an advantage rather than getting the phone out and doing all this, that and the other, So that was quite good.
That's it right there. It's so convenient. They're on your face. You
that would
just
have been
got to
my
ask
favorite
it.
feature.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. I have a quick question. Can I just interrupt a quick minute? What's it like? Do you mind talking to your glasses in public? Like,
yeah.
Like I would be a little embarrassed maybe, or.
Well, yes, I don't really care, to be fair, but the other day, I was just coming out the chemist, and this woman shouted to me, "Oh, are you okay? You're lost." I said, "No, I'm absolutely fine, thank you. I've just been talking to my mum on the phone on the glasses." And I thought, I just don't come out of my house and wonder and just not know where I am, I was polite to the lady and said, "Oh, I'm all good here, thank you. Have a lovely day." So, visually impaired people just don't leave the house and think, I'll just take my phone.
Or just wandering the streets. Like.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, wondering what to find. Yeah.
Yeah, it is true though. Like, I mean, you can hear it in their voice. It's like, oh my God, you're out on your own. Does your mum know you're out on your own? It's like, oh my God.
And they want to play the good Samaritan and help you right away. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But I think you got to get a thick skin when you've lost your. I know I've gotten a thicker skin where you can't worry about if someone's going to hear you. If that's going to make you happy to use your phone and talk out loud in a store, then we should be able to do it. But I know what Elizabeth's talking about. There's like a self-consciousness, like kind of embarrassed, like, I'm talking just out loud like a crazy person. But then again, I don't think anybody's really paying that much attention to us.
No. And let's face it, girls, we can't see them giving us funny looks anyway, so who cares? Right?
That's really true.
Like, when you've been a housing officer, believe me, you've got your confidence is boundless. When you've told people they're never going to get a house, you need to believe me. It's it's unfortunate, but it's just you have to do what you have to do, and that's it. So
those sound awesome. I'm thinking Christmas present for me. I'm thinking that's what I want for Christmas are those glasses.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's my husband's birthday next week, and I think he should get a pair and give them to me.
Share and share alike.
Share and share alike.
That's very true.
And it's like one thing though, like the meta into the privacy, and so I understand this to be the case that when you are taking a photograph, there is a bit of a light on the glasses. People can see you taking a photograph or a video, which obviously with my level of sight means nothing, but people can see that you are taking a photograph. And also you can't say, describe that person because of meta privacy. And if you're reading a tablet box, you can't say, "Oh, tell me about this medication," because the voice will say, "Oh, we can't discuss that," or whatever. So you have to say, "What text is on this box?"
Gotcha.
And there are quite a few voices to choose from. There's British, US, and Australian. And I've got the US one at the moment. You can change them quite easily, but I've got the United States one at the moment. The female's quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
One of the things that I love about you, Alexandra, is anytime you come into a room in the International Blind Cafe, you've been somewhere. You've been to some, like an estate, like where there's beautiful gardens, or you're always out and about. And I love the way you describe things to us, like the flowers and the bench you sat on, and it's just wonderful. And I think that having these glasses is just going to add to your wonderful descriptions of what's going on around you.
We went to a car museum in a famous city that's got car production. It's in Coventry, and it's so I called beforehand and they said they'd give me a guided tour of the museum, and my husband came with me, he's fully sighted, and they gave me like a touch tour. I could, they put some gloves on, even the lady showed me around, I got the gloves on. And was showing me the cars, and I could read about the cars myself. So I was dead. So I just started explaining. Oh, and then we in Derbyshire we went to the tram museum. And I could see all the information, find out myself about all the trams, and it took some great photographs. I think I posted some in the cafe, and it was fabulous. I felt so empowered with them. Obviously it's not the same as having the eyesight restored, but I think that's a bit, Anyway, but I've been to London with them, and and in Euston Station, the main railway station, one of the railway stations in London, I said, look and find in the city where I live, and it told me the time of the train, when it was leaving and stuff like that. So
it's a game changer. It really is. And it comes down to the quote that you shared with us at the beginning, Alexandra. And I mean, I say this all the time. Just because I'm losing my sight doesn't mean I'm going to lose my vision, because when somebody describes something, I can visualize it perfectly. So it just makes it, I just feel safer knowing what's around me than, no, it's definitely a game changer.
I think it's an exciting time for the visually impaired community with technology, because we've got the Meta glasses, and then I think I posted it in the cafe about 4 months ago, where Andy Lane was going around London, and it's open sight, and he was literally talking to his phone, and the phone camera was talking back to him in real time. He was asking questions like, is the king at home? Was the flag on Buckingham Palace? And that's still not available to us yet, but it was just showcasing it, so to speak. So that's probably coming, the next few months. So it's an exciting time technology-wise.
It's a great time to be blind. It really is.
Just wait for it.
It may be part of Be My Eye, so that will be, no cost. And, I think it's Chat GPT 4.0, but it's not coming out yet. But with Apple Viz back open, they're going to be the first ones to let us know about it. And, I'm a regular to Double Tap Canada as well. So I'm all over the technology at the moment, because I think it's exciting times, So.
No, it is.
And Morgan, you're on a new journey with technology, with your what's it called? Oh my gosh!
With JAWS?
JAWS. Thank you.
Yes.
I wanted to say Windows. Yeah, JAWS. How's that going so far?
Well, I've managed to download Discord and sign into Discord. So we're, I'm on Discord right now on JAWS on my laptop. So I'm pretty happy, but it's a lot of tabbing and arrow keys. So haven't learned the shortcuts yet, but it's a game changer too. Like it's been around forever, but it's so helpful,
Yeah.
It's so useful.
Yeah. It is expensive, though. JAWS is expensive, isn't it?
Yes.
It's an expensive program.
I will say I wouldn't be able to get it if it wasn't covered by the government.
Yeah.
Good. You know, it would be covered by the government here if you were like working, you did it for work, but otherwise, I think if you wanted it just for your own use at home, the RNIB, you know, your equivalent of CNIB or the National Federation of the Blind in the States, you get nothing here. But in 2015, when I was working, they changed the computer system, updated it. And when the people from Access to Work came out and the company that were doing all the accessibility for me, they said, you'll be getting the Bentley, you know, the Rolls Royce of screen readers getting JAWS. That is the best on the planet, that is.
Yeah.
JAWS is the best on the planet, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a learning curve, though. It really is. And Morgan, I really admire you. You take the bull by the horns and you run with it. There's none of this, oh, well, I got to wait for someone to show me, or I got to do that. Like, you're like, I'm doing this. Boom.
She's only young,
you know?
though. Yeah, she's only young, Morgan. So, you know, she's brought
Are
up with
you
computers.
trying to say we're not?
Well,
Is it
I know we're
harder?
all 35. I know we're all 35 and Morgan's 25, you know, so we're only a teeny bit older, you know.
Just a teeny bit. Yeah, not much.
Yeah.
Not that far behind Morgan.
When I was little, I used to play with dinosaurs and look at Queen Victoria. I'm that old, you know.
Yeah. You know, speaking of Queen Victoria, when you said about the fellow, you know, always the king at home, it's like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh, yeah, we don't have the Queen Elizabeth. I can't still wrap my head around that. Yeah.
I still call him Prince Charles, yeah. But, yeah, and the Kate, you know, the Kate, William's wife, she's finished the chemo now, so good luck to her, you know. And then the King and Camilla are going to Australia and Samoa next month or something, so I wish them well anyway. I wish them well, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like Princess Kate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I like her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still sad that we lost Harry, because
he was my favorite. To the dark side. He went
to the dark side. Yeah.
He was. He was so down to earth and lively and fun. He never smiles anymore. Doesn't seem like he's very happy.
No.
With his life choices. No. Just goes to show you, even princes make mistakes and have bad choices.
Yeah. No matter how much money you have, you're still not. You might still not be happy, right?
Yeah, you're not immune to it. No, it's very true.
It was a mistake for him to write that book, Spare. That was a mistake, that was, because
that was a horrible book.
It's a bridge too far, that is. And I think
I read it and it was horrible.
I've read it as and you see, we can't understand how they've been brought up, because, you know, my granddad and grandmother, you know, I could just go and see them when I wanted, and my mum and dad and whatever. But Charles has been brought up that he can't go and throw his arms around his mum. Or Harry, in that book, he said, I couldn't go and throw my arms around my grandmother because he wasn't like that. And to be brought up and you can go and hug your own grandmother or your auntie or whatever, it's just unbelievable, really. The way they've been brought up, we can't even countenance. You know, it's unbelievable, you know. But William and Kate are the new generation. Even Charles is the old generation as such. I think Diana brought him along a lot. But I think William's the new generation, and they'll sweep it all away, you know, all this formality. And a bit of made me smile. Prince Andrew is in a 30-bedroom mansion lodge in Windsor, and Charles wants him to move out, and he won't move out. He said he's got a contract, he's signed a contract, and he won't move out, but Charles wants him out big time. So if you've got a spare room, we might be sending lovely Andrew over to
Trouble in Pear Lane
or somewhere, you know. I know
you've got but no thanks. You can keep him. You can keep him. Yeah.
Point taken. Point taken.
So, just, I don't know why this popped into my head. going back to the glasses, Alexandra, can you play bingo? Could you play a game of bingo? I don't know why that came into my head. No? Okay.
It's not in real time.
I loved bingo.
You know, I don't know if it tell you the number sequentially, but it's not in real time or anything like that, you know. But they are, as I say, the price is very accessible, £300. But as I say, you know, depending on your financial circumstances. But what I did see is on the Facebook group, the Meta Ray-Ban Facebook group, is people had bought them with a payment plan from Amazon. So,
right, yeah, they do that now, don't they? Amazon.
So, yeah.
Plan.
But I'll
get
tell
it
you
on the HP, Alexandra. Get it on the HP.
Yeah, the glad and sorry. My auntie used to say the glad and sorry.
Yeah.
Auntie Kitty, because she's no longer with us, so I've mentioned her name. She said, glad you've got it, but sorry you can't pay for it.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what happened to me, my sorry tale. I was out on my own with my cane, wearing the Metas, with my GPS blind square. And I brushed against a lamppost and they stopped working. And I was distraught. I was upset. And so Julie and Elizabeth got me to my senses because I told them about it. But I was very, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't do weight. I was very impatient.
Yeah.
So I ran to Sunglasses Hut, and they got. I got the transition lenses, but this time there were 379 of them for my birthday. They got some, so I didn't even think straight because I thought I cannot be without these glasses. There's like a psychological need almost.
Yes.
So we went over and purchased some more. And then Julie and Elizabeth said to me, you've got nothing to lose by taking them back. There wasn't a mark on them, not a mark. I'll be probably thrown into jail now for this.
Oh, yeah. I've got the key.
Anyway,
in you go.
Yeah, Holloway. That's a women's prison in England, by the way.
Yeah.
So I went to the shop and I could win an Oscar. I said, look, these have stopped working. They sent me an email with troubleshooting, but I knew that wouldn't work. There wasn't a mark on the glasses. So I went in looking, I went in with my husband and I said, look, these have stopped working. I've tried all those things you emailed me about and this, that and the other. And I said, can they be repaired? She said, one moment. She says, I'll just go and see the manager. And when she came back, she said, we can replace them with a brand new pair. I said, can't you fix them? Can't you mend these? And my husband said, she looked a bit bemused, who would turn down a
brand new pair.
I said, well, okay, I'll have that pair, So I've got two pairs now, one for upstairs and one for downstairs. But I've got some Bose frame sunglasses, so if I'm out and about, I'll have my GPS through them, because if they get a bit bashed about, I'm not concerned about those. They're like good relation now. I've got my Metas, But
yeah. Well, it's been absolutely fabulous having you on, Alexandra. We've really enjoyed it.
I'll post
very informative.
Yeah,
I'll
post a link on the International Blind Cafe Facebook, which gives you a tutorial if people want to find out more. But I mean, people can Google it themselves, or somebody in the cafe will help them out, won't they?
Yeah.
So, and thank you for having me.
Before we go, do you want to tell the ladies what you told Elizabeth and I when you got your new glasses and you went back to find the lamppost that you'd walked into?
Oh, I forgot that. We left the park, the park up here, and I said, I've got something to do. I said to my husband, I've got something to do. He said, oh, okay. So I said, it was the road, I went past the road. I said, is there a lamppost here? He said, no, but what there is a sign saying there's a school. So it must have been that I brushed, because it's just like a metal post. So I got my cane and gave it 3 whacks. And anybody going up the road in their car must have thought, we need to call the authorities about her.
That is great.
In a place, So, I gave me great satisfaction. I thought, this one, I've got a right one here. So there you go.
Yeah.
Well, ladies, I've been thinking I better go and decide what to do for dinner, but I did have a blind cooking gem that I wanted to share.
Oh, go on.
I know this one. Oh,
I'm
no.
actually, my daughter and her boyfriend love homemade mac and cheese, so I do that quite frequently, and I make it in a big 9 by 13 pan. And this one day I made it, and I usually use grated cheese because I'm lazy and I don't like grating my fingers. But I made it and put it in the oven, brought it out, and my husband had just got home from work, and he's like, I said, "Oh, I just finished mac and cheese. Can you dish it out?" And he's like, "Why is it green?" And I'm like, "Green? What are you talking about?" And he goes, "It's green." And I'm like, "Oh." And he goes, "Where's the cheese that you used? There's some left?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I had used moldy cheese.
Oh, no.
And my whole dish had to be dumped down the carburetor. I was so distraught. I remember phoning Stephanie, bawling, and
I know.
Now I can laugh.
Now we can laugh. Yeah.
I also made the same without putting cheese in it. And my daughter said, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Mac and cheese." She's like, "Where's the cheese?" And I'm like, oh, it's actually macaroni with a white sauce.
Yeah. Well, my supper is cooking now because my husband's downstairs cooking it. So it's supper time in England. It's martini time in England. But it's 5 hours. Yeah, you can be a lush earlier.
You can find more from Blind Gems on YouTube, Spotify, and the internationalblindcafe.com website.